On Amazon sellers, Curtis here. In this video, I'm going to be talking about what to do if your Amazon account gets suspended. Now, me as an Amazon seller, I have had my account suspended in the past before. It was about a year and a half ago, and my account became suspended due to the fact that I accumulated a bunch of negative shipping metrics on my account. I had some fulfillment by merchant orders that we were shipping out and shipping them out on time, but one of my staff didn't click confirm shipment on time, which led the entire day's worth of orders. So I think there were 60 something orders for that day for fulfillment by merchant. They all went into a late shipment status, and that caused my account to have a bunch of negative metrics that put a warning of at risk of deactivation on my account screen. A couple days later, the account was deactivated. I couldn't send any inventory in. I couldn't access any of the money in the account. I couldn't really do much with it, right? I couldn't sell anything, and it was just a huge nightmare, right? I remember thinking back to that time. It was super stressful. I didn't know what to do. I remember heading to a bunch of online forums trying to find the answers, scrambling. Back then there wasn't a lot of videos online like there are today about how to navigate the account suspension, all that stuff. So that's what partially led me to create this video today. That and the fact that we're actually working on getting an account unsuspended right now as we speak, actually. So I thought it'd be a great time to put all that information together, what we learned, and put it in a video for you guys, okay? Suspensions happen way more often than you think, okay, guys? Sometimes for the most silliest reasons, okay? The most common reasons for an account to become suspended or deactivated, one of the most common ones is poor account metrics or poor account health, okay? You can get negative metrics or negative account health from simple things like just shipping to Amazon FBA, right? You can have a bunch of errors in your shipments. You can be off on say the number of units in a box. Amazon will receive the box and they'll count it, and they'll say, hey, you're off by 10 units, and they'll document that, right? And then that'll go on your account, and they'll say, oh, Curtis's account has a history of sending in the wrong quantity, right? And that'll go against your negative shipping metrics, or show up as negative shipping metrics, rather. Another example is negative customer feedback, okay? If you accumulate enough negative customer feedback on your account, that will result in your account getting shut down. Amazon will stop your account and they'll look into it and wonder why there's so much negative feedback being left on your account once it goes below a certain standard, right? Another reason is inauthentic claims or counterfeit claims. All it takes is for one customer or a couple customers to say that, this product that you're carrying or that product that you're carrying is inauthentic or seems to be counterfeit, and that'll cause your account to be suspended long enough for Amazon to get in there and do an investigation, right? Another common reason, or probably the most common reason for an account to get suspended or deactivated, is that it falls within violation of one of Amazon's terms of service, right? If an Amazon account is doing something that it's not supposed to, when it's clearly written in the rules or the regulations or the guidelines, the Amazon account will easily get deactivated, right? So it's a good idea to understand some of these terms of service, okay? A lot of sellers that get their accounts deactivated don't even know that they're in violation of certain terms, right? One of those terms that comes to mind right off the bat is drop shipping, okay? Drop shipping is completely against Amazon's terms of service, yet people do it on there all the time, and that's probably one of the top 5 reasons why an Amazon account will get suspended, is because it is drop shipping on there, and there's all sorts of negative things that can happen when you're drop shipping on Amazon, okay? There's all sorts of things that can go wrong. That's why they don't want it to take place on the platform, right? So that's 4 of the most common reasons. There are a bunch of other reasons why an account can become deactivated. If you end up finding yourself with an Amazon account that is deactivated, the first thing that you should remember is not to panic, okay? That's the last thing that you need to do, is get all stressed out and riled up because your Amazon account is frozen. That doesn't benefit the situation at all when you can't think clearly or you can't talk to other people clearly, especially people at Amazon when all they want to do is help you, right? So you need to remember to be very calm and be professional about it. If your account becomes suspended, chances are you will have to submit a plan of action to get it reactivated, okay? All the plan of action it's just basically a document that you can type up on the computer, and you'll outline some key points. We'll talk about those points on the next slide, but you'll just outline some key points, basically telling them, you know, what happened, what you learned, and what you won't do to prevent all that from happening again. And they'll take that and they'll basically reinstate your account if you meet their satisfaction, basically. What you need to remember not to do is to not call seller support and ask them a bunch of questions and try and get them to reinstate your account, okay? Because Amazon seller support has no idea what's going on with your suspended account. They won't be able to do anything for you whatsoever. The only way that you can communicate with Amazon is through email, and that's to their account suspension team, okay? It's a specific team and department that deals with suspended accounts. It's not just regular Seller Central that you can call up and ask them about an ASIN, right? This is a specific, detailed team dedicated to suspended accounts and reinstating accounts, okay? So just remember, you can only communicate via email. In your plan of action, you need to be very, very thorough, okay? You need to include as much detail as possible. But don't get that confused with, you know, putting a bunch of paragraphs in there and a bunch of written text. That's not what I mean either. You need to include all of the information that's necessary to the case, okay? Just think about it like this. Think about it like you're the account suspension team and you're getting the appeal coming in. What do you want on the document? You don't want to see, you know, pages and pages and pages and pages and pages like this thick of text about, you know, what happened and what you're going to do and blah, 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 blah. It's too much to read through, right? This Amazon suspension team has a duty to go through these cases and reinstate accounts. And they have a certain amount of accounts that they need to reinstate, and they have a quota to go through and all that. So they don't have time to sit there and just read through your case and spend 8 hours on it, right? They want to see all the information right in front of them, but not too much where they have to sort through the document. You know what I mean? These are the things they want to see right here. You need to include the following. I always like to start with an introduction. Just say, hey, my name is Curtis. This is my company. I want to start this letter off by saying I'm deeply sorry that my account has violated one of Amazon's terms of service. I've, you know, just things like that. I include a little introduction, a little tiny paragraph just saying, hey, just humanizing myself, right? Introducing myself. The next thing that I include is the root cause. I tell them what happened to the account and what caused the account to become deactivated. I straight up tell them what happened that made my account become deactivated. That way, you know, because the people on the other side of the computer who have the case and they're reading it, they don't know what happened. They don't personally know your account. They're getting this paperwork coming to them, and they have to read, and you basically have to educate them on what happened as well as what you're going to do to prevent it from happening again, right? So you need to tell them the root cause. You just can't tell them what you're not going to do in the future. You have to tell them what happened in the past. So give them the root cause, give them any supporting facts or documents to that root cause. I always give them the lessons learned. I always like to tell them what I learned from this situation, okay? They always want to know, is the person learning from the event, or are they likely to offend? And the way that they can confirm that is if you're learning lessons, just tell them, hey, I learned this from this event, okay? I put in there any corrective actions that I'm going to put in place, or any procedures that I'm going to put in place to eliminate this event or this account suspension from ever happening again, okay? I want to give them steps that I've taken to ensure basically that this is never going to happen again. Let me move my little bubble out of the way here. You want to give them any supporting documents from a supplier, okay? If you can give them invoices or letters from your supplier, anything that says that you're legit and you're getting your products from a legitimate source, okay, that'll go a long way with the account suspension and your process, okay? So anything that you can get from your supplier saying that you're buying products from them, especially if it's related to that account suspension, okay, that actual situation for a counterfeit good or a defective goods, anything like that. If you can get documents from the supplier that actually state that you bought those products from a legitimate source, that'll go a long way, okay? And then at the end of it all, give them a conclusion. Just write up a little something, basically to complement your introduction, and just end it off like that. I like to do mine in a Word document. That way I can keep it all online. I don't have to scan anything and fax anything to them. Do it all online, and then I send it to them through the email that they've requested, okay? Amazon basically just wants to ensure that at the end of the day, their customer experience is protected. That's all they want to protect. So if they believe that you're doing something wrong, they're going to suspend your account until they can dive in, see what happened, and if you're doing something wrong, then they'll allow you the chance to get your account back with an action plan, right? Once you've met the requirements, they will turn the account back on. If for some reason your plan of action doesn't meet the requirement right away, just take it and revamp it. If they give you any suggestions, be sure to include those suggestions and then try again. You want to be proactive with your account, and you want to keep an eye on your account metrics. The account metrics are like the heartbeat of your account. That indicates how well your account is performing, okay? If you have a bunch of negative account metrics, it's very visible to see. All you have to do is go to your Seller Central account, go to your performance section, and then click account health. Listed in there will be all of the account metrics, all of the data, and you can see what you're doing good and what you need to improve on, okay? If you find yourself having to put together a plan of action on your own, you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Like I mentioned before, we have been there before ourselves. We have had accounts suspended in the past, and like I mentioned, I'm currently working on getting one reactivated this week right now. So, like I said, you have any questions, feel free to reach out. We do have a template that we can give you to help you fill in some of the blanks when you're submitting your own plan of action, okay? Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we will see you in the next one.